Hi guys, welcome back on my channel. Dorota, Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here. Check what we are going to create today. Thermochromic liquid mud gels. We are going to make sure they stay on nice on your client's nails. Yes, thermochromic designs, they are absolutely fantastic, and depending on the temperatures and the mood, kind of like, you know, those ring moods, that's what the product is, like kind of similar stuff. And there is lots of people which find it pretty difficult to work with it because it spills from the nails, or it doesn't last, or it takes ages to dry. I tell you all the hints and tips in this video how to use it so you'll get a really nice results and the long-lasting results. Let's start. I'm really excited, guys, to show you all the smoothie gels. So we are going to use the Thermochromic liquid, and I've got one in here. I can put it on the side, but also I show you. So here, it's depending on the temperatures of my hands, like they changing the color so quick. So the warmer it is, I think the more blue purple it goes. So check, that's like, it's absolutely magical and like changing all sorts of different colors. I think it looks so like nice and impressive, but also there have been like quite a lot of complaints from the people that it doesn't stay on the nails, and I have of course worked out all the different options possibles for you, so I know what to do so it's lasts and it doesn't peel, and I will explain everything in this tutorial. So this is absolutely an amazing effect. Like, look at this. So depending on the temperatures, it's changed all sorts of different colors. Yeah, I think it looks absolutely fab. But anyway, let's start doing this tutorial so I can explain everything to you. So I have got some black tips here, and I'm going to stick it in on the tip holder. Remove any dust, and we are going to use those thermochromic liquid. I will give you the link in the description of this video as well. Now it dries on the air, so you have to make sure you close the lid after you finish using it. And the first design which we are going to do is going to be a kind of simple stone. So I'm just picking up a little bit on my brush and just going to create a wee stone. Now don't paint too long because it dries in the air, and that's mean if you will start playing too long with the same part, it will go dry-ish but not completely kind of like wrinkled. And the same situation I would say apply to the thickness of the product. Like the thicker you go, the more chances of peeling you've got. So I would suggest you kind of work pretty thin, and that will give you much better results. Another thing I have tested is it doesn't matter the amount of the liquid we apply. Even if it's very thin, it still works. So it doesn't work the way like the more you apply it, the better results you kind of get. And I have layer on some of it as well. So basically the main goal of this liquid is you cannot cure it in a lamp. So the main thing is it needs to dry in the air, and it does really take 10 minutes for it to dry. So if I would be doing it on the client, I would paint that on the one nail, then paint that on the other nail, and then add some extra bits and pieces so I don't kind of waste my time. But I can put this tip on the side, so it's just going to be on the side here, waiting to dry. And then in the meantime, on the other tip, I will go into the more complicated design. So I've got another tip holder here. And we are going to paint another design. Also, if you're new in here, subscribe. There is going to be a beautiful tutorial of this nails as well, like a marble effect. And then on this one, I'm going to create kind of like a swirly bits and leaves. And you will be able to clearly see that even if there are some thinner places, it still turns and changes the color. So basically what I'm doing is just I'm pressing harder and then I'm pressing lighter to create a kind of like a swirly look. And then finish it off with the gold design. But you would start definitely with the liquid first, and then I will also analyze the tips with you, which I have done on the side to show you what to do and what you don't do. Okay, so we have created kind of like a swirly design, and I'm going to put that on the side as well, because as I say, it takes about good 10 minutes for it to dry. But I also show you another tip. So I've got the nail form, and here I'm going to peel it out, and then you've got the slidey part. So you take a tiny bit of the top coat, you just put that top coat in there, and you're going to give it a cure. It is a really important step. If you don't cure the top coat, you are not able to paint the design with the thermochromic liquid. And I show you why as well. Okay, so I have just flash cured it really. If I would use the thermochromic liquid just like on there, and I want to say, get example, I love heart shape. What it will do is it will change the shape, it will start to run away from me because it's so slidey, and this liquid doesn't have a good adhesion. That's why some nail techs had the problem with it for lasting and peeling from the nails. You need to keep that in mind. So you are applying a tiny bit of the top coat, and then because the top coat has those inhibition layer, then the thermochromic liquid is not going to move as much. So this is the love heart shape without of top coat. And then that's the love heart shape with the top coat. And this is something you would do where you have no clients. You will kind of create, and they are really expensive. I was searching on eBay, and I have found those thermochromic stones, and for nails I think they are like working out around like anything from £1 to £3 each. So you could prepare those little stones on the sides, and then that's it. You leave this product to dry, and then you can easily peel it off with the top coat, and I will show you that as well. But remember, the top coat is really important, because otherwise, instead of love heart, you get like a splash of something. So I can put that on the side, because that gives you another idea how to use this gel and how to save a lot of time. Now, another tip for you guys. So it might peel, and it is going to peel if you use it wrong. So I will show you in this tip here. Can you see the places where what is blue? That's where my liquid was dry enough, and that's where I top coated and everything worked fine. But then I show you that on this one as well, just so you know exactly what I mean. Oh no, oh no. Disasters going on in here. So you can see already some places changing the color, and then those yellow places, that's still places where the liquid is not dry. And that's what happened with this rose. So the blue places was where the liquid was dry, and then those green now places, that was the places where the liquid didn't dry. So when I apply the top coat, and if I'm going to go with my finger or something sharper, say example cuticle pusher, and I've got one in here, what will happen is this will come off. So like these places, can you see what's happened with my top coat? I did lift it, I made the hole in there because the liquid wasn't dry. So that's, and then if I'm going here, it is okay. I can scratch it. It's not going to come off like the way it did in here. So it kind of works the same way like a gel polish. If you apply the gel polish too thick and it's not cured properly, it is going to come off, okay? And that's the only reason why the product would come off. And another great example of it is here. So the liquid already dry at the really thin parts, and it's already changing the color into the greens. And then in the middle part where I went much thicker, you can still see this yellow. And if you apply the top coat, this yellow part would peel the same like the rose did. I was also saying that if we, I know so much theory, I was also saying that if we go thicker in some places, it's not going to give us a better results. And what I have done, and you can probably see it as well on this tip, this one, and this one is where I have put 2 layers of the liquid, and the other ones is a 1 layer. There is not really a difference in the changing results, so completely same. I just go for a little bit of ice because my hands are so warm in here with all this light. But like it doesn't do anything different, to be honest. So you don't have to apply lots of this liquid to get a really nice results. You can see it again. Okay. So our tip is start to drying, and now we can create the design. I'm going to take a little bit of the special mixture to create this gold design around it, and then we are going to top coat it. So I've got the mixture I have created for this nails as well, and I will show you in the tutorial what I have done exactly to achieve this look. So I will put a tiny bit of this sparkly gel, Sandy Glow from Neonials. Again, I can give you the link in the description of this video as well. And tiny bit of my mixture. And the mixture is like some yellow gold with some pigments. With the drop of the top coat. So I'm just putting a drop of the top coat in here. So I was doing quite a lot of talk, but normally when you would do it on the client, you just kind of like swap the nails, and when this is drying, you can paint the gold design, so you are not wasting your time. My daughter had the rings like this, and I think they was really popular as well, like years ago. So yeah, the reason why I'm mixing this paint as well, like with this light gold, this one here, I would get too many places, like not as thin lines. That's why I have mixed it with the other one, much smaller pigment. Now the foil, I'm going to put it on the side so it doesn't reflect on the camera. And then let's paint this design. So you can already see the liquid start working like absolutely fine, and it's dry. And I can start like painting the design around it. So I think adding those gold bits and pieces make it look really exotic and much more interesting than just keeping this liquid on its own. So this is kind of like a wee leaf style design. Now guys, hit the share button if you really like this tutorial, just so the other nail techs can see it as well. And I was saying that I'm searching for different tips. I think they are fantastic because they save me lots of time. I don't have to pre-paint them. I got them in a black and I've got them in a white. So that's mean like lots of time saved for me. And the last one in here from gold. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going in the places where I have put the liquid to kind of blink it up a little bit. Like the more blink we've got, the nicer everything looks. And the last one. Yeah, cannot never stop like. So that's this design. I can see like how interesting it is that we've got some green, then we've got purple, and then kind of reddish color on the top. After I have painted with the gel, I can give it a cure and then apply the top coat, and basically that's the design finish. So it doesn't take as long, but it's very effective. Then the stone one has dried as well, and what we can do, we can outline it with the gel. So I'm just taking like a pretty decent amount of the gel. Go very irregular for a stone look. And also I like those tip holders, like I don't like the tip holders, but I like them. I like them that I don't have to like go upside down. I only twist them like this, so you can see better and the nail is more in focus, I think. So I will be definitely using them, but they are uncomfy for some part of designs because this can come off pretty easily. So on one of them I have used the brush on glue to stick that tip in better. Okay, so that's the stone one. We could also go like and add another wave here and another wave from the other side. Again, I have to give it a cure. And this one is done, so I can apply only the top coat. Look how it changed, like absolutely nice colors in here. And I'm just applying the layer of the top coat. When the top coat goes on it, it's kind of pops out as well, even more. Then give it a cure. This one is ready. So actually it doesn't take as long. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Look, we've got some green, yellow, orange, red, purple, all sorts of different colors in here. And then I can apply the top coat. I already changed the color. They're very moody. And I can, oops, that's not nice. I can give it a cure again. And you can see that effects here, how nicely it's changed as well. So I have used this Thermochromic liquid, and yeah, we could go like for kind of very easy designs, like just like a kind of animal print-ish lips or like a wee rose. But that was a good example to show you what you don't do. And let's go back to the heart, because I need to show you how to peel it as well. So they are just cooking there, and the heart is here. The liquid didn't dry yet completely, because when it's dry, it's changing the color. So that's the way how you know the product is dry. But I just want to show you that you can easily peel it off from the form, and then just cut it and place it on the nail, go around with the gold, and that's how you would create those kind of stones. And you could store them in a wee box or container, so you've got them for the clients for later on when they come in. So that's the final look as well of those tips, and I show you them. You can see what a beautiful designs we have created. I'm not going to go and touch it with my fingers yet. I can show you one more time this look in here, because that has the most of the colors. So they are really fantastic, changing all sort of different colors. Yeah, so now hit the share button, and thank you so much. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.